Hey guys, what's going on? This is an XTL5000 in 800 megahertz. This is the one I've been waiting for a while. This is a remote head unit, and it's always been an XTL5000. Right now I've got it hooked up to the remote bass speaker, and as you can tell, it's got the dust covers on it. Most don't come with dust covers when you get them. You can buy a dust cover kit. It's a good idea. But this is the blackout head that I showed you earlier. I needed to do a power up test on it, and all these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be selling this unit with this head unit right here, and turn it around here. It's in very good shape, and it'll be very nice. Spike of dust off of it. But I needed to power this one up, and one thing about these XTLs is they're very expensive, and they're a pain in the ass, a big pain in the ass. And that on Intelligent Auto. And I'll show you why. In the back here you've got two connectors. One's a power connector from the brick that goes out, and that has the power, well, that's the accessory connector. Then you've got a power connector. Then you've got the control head power cable, and then the control head, well, actually the control head power cable and the control head connector that goes on right here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but Motorola was nice enough to actually put their logo on it and show you which way is up when you plug that in. Let's see here. But this is the blackout head, and as you can see here, it does have, this one is loaded with the AES-256 encryption. You can dim the display on this. I always do that. Power it back up. Well, while I do this, let's go ahead and go through the service mode. Focus. It does have 12. DSP is 12. Secure. AES-256. Control head. Model number. ESN. 8 meg. Flashcode 700 tuning version. It's a Bravo. My camera slipped on me. Let's see here. Go ahead and power this down. Power it back up. Take it out of service mode. This will not need to be upgraded. This version 12 is very respectable. Turn this off. But you have up here your lamp, dimmable, and AES-256. But all these cables cost a lot of money. None of them are cheap, and you know, the power cables, you've got to have, you know, several, it takes a lot of cabling, put it that way. You've got to have power from to the head, you've got to have power to the accessory, you've got to have power to the remote head, and then the grounds, and all that, you know, adds up. And it just makes them a bear to work with. It's not that I don't like these units, it's just that a mobile unit is, you know, once you start buying brackets, once you start buying the cables, once you start buying the mics, once you start, you know, getting the firmware if it needs upgraded, getting the I button refreshes, going through that process. And by the way, you can brick an XTL with an I button. And if you do brick an XTL, I haven't done that yet, but it took a long time for one to read, and I contacted Motorola. I still had the power on and everything, and I said, you know, it's sticking at block 16. I don't know what's going wrong with it, and this is the Motorola Corporation tech department, and they told me that they thought that I was doing it without the I button. I said, well, why in the hell would I be doing it, you know, without the I button when I'm, you know, when I've bought, you know, the damn I button, I've got it plugged in, you've got a record of me buying it. Why in the hell would I do that? It pissed me off. And, you know, I guess, you know, there's some people that can, you know, try and do stuff like that without the I button. But what they said was essentially is, even with the I button, that there's a pretty decent probability that the unit can brick during the upgrade process. And if it bricks, they will not do anything about it. What they will do is they will you send them the mobile unit, you send them, you know, the I button with it, and they pretty much take the I button, they throw it away. They charge you $450 to $495 plus shipping, return shipping, which you know will be insured, and they will, you know, stab you for that. So you're looking at about $525 there if you brick a unit like that. And then a flash and firmware from the depot on top of that, which to unbrick a unit, you know, you're looking at, well, you know, 90 more bucks for that, and that's just for the I button and the upgrade. But that doesn't include the actual service that they would perform to do that. So that would be on top of the price too. So be very careful when you upgrade. For some reason, the computer, all I had to do was just power the unit down. I swapped computers out, and at that point, I thought that the head may have been bricked, and but they won't offer any support at all. If you use an I button and you have a question with it, they will not give you any help. Motorola sucks as a corporation. They really do. And, you know, it's just one of those things. Their tech department is zero help. And, you know, I really was turned off by dealing with them. But every time I deal with them, I am always turned off by their, you know, by their insulting comments. But anyway, I was able to finally get it past block 16, and it, you know, it worked fine. It didn't brick, but I learned something in the process, and that's if you do use an I button and you're upgrading from, say, 9 firmware to 20, you may have to do a retry on several occasions, or you could try it in steps, but you can't try it in steps because you only have one refresh. So you pretty much, if you're going to upgrade it to whatever firmware upgrade you're going to upgrade it to, the I button's going to be the refresh that you pay 90 bucks for is going to be exhausted. So you only have one chance to do it. And so when you're plugged in and you're going, it's got us. If you're going to upgrade to the latest firmware, you've got one chance to do it with that I button. And if you don't do it, the unit can brick. There's a possibility. They told me that. They told me, you know, it was enlightening, and it was sadly enlightening. But you know, if a unit were to brick during the firmware upgrade process on an I button that you purchased, even with the records intact and they've got it, they will not do anything about it. There will be zero help to you, and you're looking at about $600 just to unbrick a unit if that happens. Fortunately, I've never bricked a unit on an XTL, and I don't intend to. But with the I button, it's possible. So, you know, I mean, like I said, you've got one chance to do it, and that's pretty much it. Fortunately, I was able to get the unit past block 16, and I was able to get it up and running. But keep that in mind. There's a lot of, you know, with a mobile unit, when you do upgrade firmware in a mobile unit, you can always go from the back accessory cable, which is in the back, and you can use the serial connector. But even if you do that, rather than using a USB going through the my connector, even if you use the one in back, what that does is it takes longer to do, and the longer it takes, the more chances increase on a brick, on a bricking out, on it being unsuccessful. And you know, people may disagree, they may agree, they may disagree, but that's just the fact of the matter. The longer you're in that process, the higher the chance is that it's not going to be successful. So, you know, you can do it either way. I'm still just going to go through the head and upgrade it through the head. But you know, it's one of those things that this one is set at 12. I'm not going to upgrade this because you've got channel announcement, you've got MDC and quick call. This Flashcode. See if I can get to it here. It does have the legit tags on it. By the way, I want to show you something. There's the flashboard. And there's the connectors on there. I've got this just kind of up just for in presentation mode. I mean, it would have to be inverted if it's in your vehicle. Well, maybe not. Put it on your dash or wherever you put it. Let's go over here real quick. Smart Zone in the Flash. Smart Zone Systems Operation, Astro Digital. Smart Zone OmniLink Multi-Zone. Astro 259600 Baud trunking. An enhanced digital ID display. It's got everything you need. Let me turn this off. Plus, you've got AES 256 onboard encryption, which is the hardware encryption, and you've got ADP. You have your selections here, and these are variable within the program. I've got a 5,000 here, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do one test in, or one demo in digital and one in analog. Okay, this is analog. Check. Turn it up just a bit. Check. And then I'm going to switch to digital. And while I'm doing that, I might as well just go ahead and switch channels. I don't need to because I'm actually in scan mode. If I'm not, I better be. Nah, well, it's going to pick it up. Check. Check. That's Astro Digital. Check. Check. And I'll go ahead and go to analog. Check. It's hard for me to get used to these 800 megahertz units. Check. Okay, now for, I don't know if this is going to be in digital. I hope so. Check. Let's see. Check. I believe that's this. Check. Digital's not picking up very well on this. Look at the volume. Jesus. What a day this has been. Check. Look at something here real quick on this CPS. Come on now. Conventional. Okay. Wouldn't you know it? Yeah, up here I've only got it programmed for one personality, so it's not going to be transmitting in digital. Although, let me see. I may have to do a continuation of this video. If I do, I'm going to have to reprogram this and program with one more personality in here. That's what I'm going to do. You've heard it in digital, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot this video off. My battery's going dead as usual. So I'm going to reprogram this for a second channel because the second channel is not in here. And I'm going to show you digital, and then we'll be done. Later.